Hey, welcome back to the Project Unchained, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate your time. I really appreciate you choosing to spend some time with me here and watching this video. Today I want to explore a common question. And I want to explore that common question because I believe that a lot of times the way we answer creates limits in our life. And that's why we're here. We want to explore our limitations and break free from them. We're on a journey of self-discovery. We're on a journey of self-expansion. So part of that requires us to know who we are. Who are you? Do you know who you are? We get asked that question so many times in so many different areas of our life. It's a common question with common answers, and we all tend to answer in very similar ways. We start to rattle off our different roles in life, whether we're a father or a husband, or we're a brother, or a sister, or a dad, what we do for work, if we're a boss, if we're a manager, if we're an engineer, if we're a powerlifting coach, whatever. Like, we start to answer all those different roles that we fill. And then we'll also start to answer the hobbies and things that we like to do. I like to power lift, I like to hunt, I like to fish, I like to hike, I like to bike, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And we start to answer who we are with what we do. And one of the ways that I look at that is when we answer who we are with what we do, we start to create limitations. Whether we're aware of them or not, it boxes us in. Because we feel, again, whether we're aware of it or not, that like duty or obligation to continually always doing that. And when we feel a duty and obligation to doing things when we're not supposed to be doing them, or we no longer want to be doing them, that limits our expression. It limits our expression, it detracts from who we really are, it keeps us stuck in a rut and a pattern, and we can't create any shift or change away from there to be in touch with who we are. So who are we really? One way to look at that for the purpose of this conversation is we're energetic beings having a human being experience. And the thing about that is, the way I look at it here, we're energetic beings because if we don't have energy animating this body, what are we then? There's energy in me that moves my body. If that energy goes away, so does my life expression. I'm just dead. I'm just a pile of flesh. So we have to be energetic beings, right? And obviously, like, language, words, like, that can all change and be different depending on someone's spiritual beliefs and religious beliefs and all that different stuff. But at the end of the day, there's something else inside of us that's driving our bodies to be able to move. And that's that energy. And when I look at it as we're that energy, and that's who we are, rather than who we are being what we do, that creates a big shift in my life. It creates a big shift in my perspective. It creates a big shift in all sorts of things. And the biggest thing that it does for me is it removes that like attachment that came from who I am as what I do. Like, when I talk about who I am as what I do, it creates this attachment as this identity, and it removes the ability for me to change that when I need to change it. And when I do connect with the idea that I'm energy, it breaks that bond, it breaks that attachment. Now, it opens the door to possibilities. The possibilities are endless. Now, I'm in a place where I can be and create all different kinds of things that I never thought possible before. This being one of them. If you had asked me a couple years ago, hey Ross, do you think you'd ever make YouTube content for personal development? No. There's no way. Really? Not me. Maybe about lifting weights, but not about personal development and self-discovery. There creates the limit. Because I wasn't connected with that. I wasn't connected with this idea that I have the ability to ebb and flow and change different things about myself as I see fit that adds value to me. Doing this adds value to my life. Well, nobody else out there in the world knows how many takes it's taken for me to get to a point where I like the content of this. I like the quality of this. I didn't get frustrated because I want to be here doing this. This is enjoyable for me. It adds value to my life, and I really sincerely hope that this adds value to your life. So how can we start to separate that? All right, well, let's start, get your journal out. Get that journal out. Let's put that to use today. In your journal, write down a bunch of your different roles. We all have them, whether it be father, husband, brother, sister, whatever it is. Write down all your different roles. Manager, home, work, friend circle, all those different roles that you fill in. Start to look at and examine those roles and how you participate in them. How you participate in them is more important than the name of what it is. And that's where one of that shifts comes in. Because if I have this attachment or identity to, oh, I am a dad, a lot of times what might happen is the limitation is then if I'm a dad, I start to participate in that role based on what it was in the past, based on that like conditioning and experiences that I had in the past. And in this way, when I start to assess that from who I am as this dynamic, energetic being, I can assess it and look at it. Is the way that I'm participating in this role the way that I really want to be participating in this role? And that's where I can shift and change. An awesome quote from Vanessa Gale. We are souls, not roles. And for me, like one of the ideas behind that and that connection behind that idea and that quote and being an energetic being is that, again, while I still have that role and being a father is important to me and I take that role seriously, when I have this ability to create shift and change from who I am as an energetic being, that means I can create shift and change in how I show up. And I can assess that. Am I showing up the way that I want to, the way that I can be proud of? Am I showing up in a way that benefits the kid's life and elevates her life and her experience and provides positive, uplifting experiences for her? I can assess that. And I know that I can change that. And then do the same thing with the things that you do, your hobbies, different things of that nature. Because a lot of times if we get too entrenched and too connected to a hobby, if it's no longer serving or adding value to our life, why are we still doing it? Right? So take that time to make that assessment. These are the things that I do. This adds this value. This adds this value. This, wait a minute. This doesn't add value to my life. Maybe I need to stop doing that. Boom, done. Because you've created the shift and detachment from that being who you are. It's not who you are, it's what you do. It's something that you do. And it doesn't have to be something that you continue to do. You can let that go. So I want to encourage you again to go out and do that. Assess yourself a little bit about the roles that you play, the things that you do, how you're participating in them, and understand that you have the ability to shape shift. You have the ability to change how you show up because you have that energetic being inside of you. You have that soul inside of you. And that's the thing that allows you to change and shift and express things differently and participate in different hobbies if you want to. And stop playing in other hobbies if you want to. And look, at the end of the day, all those things that you do, all those roles that you fill, they're still important, they still matter. This isn't a question of whether it matters or to undermine the importance of being a father or being a mother or different things of that nature. This is just the idea that it's not who you are. What you do is important, but what you do is not who you are. Who are you? Do you know that? Are you connected with that inside of you? I want you to do that. I want to encourage you to go out and get connected with who you are inside, that energetic source, because it's going to create some shifts in your life that are going to add a ton of value. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all in the next one. Thanks again for joining me. Have a fantastic day.